and all that you've done for me. Hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy, mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. It's a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy, mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss Just proceed to listen, let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise, yeah. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy, mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael. Cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seasoned and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we're in the book of Isaiah, chapter 66. But does anyone have any questions before we get started? No? Yes?
Oh, I don't have any.
You don't have any? I'm surprised.
We asked that question yesterday.
Okay. All right. Anybody here from Brother Bless?
I was on TV.
How you doing? Is he all right?
Yeah, he all right. His mom's still in the hospital.
Yeah, that's where he at in the hospital? Yeah.
More than likely they tending to it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
She was in ICU.
Mm-hmm.
oh, really? That's pretty bad right there, man. All right. Well, hope she gets better. Because I believe they really a close relationship there. Yeah. All right, then. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Again, we're in Isaiah chapter 66, the last book of the book of Isaiah. We're going to wrap this up today. But this last book says a whole lot. Really, Isaiah says a whole lot about the future. And we're going to wrap this up here today. It's always the main subject is the children of Israel. And Isaiah's prophesying to them. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that you build unto me, and where is the place of my rest?
Now, this is one of the things I like about Yahweh. Show you how grand and immense he is when he says, the heaven is my throne.
Yeah.
How huge is that? And he can claim that the heaven is his throne. He sits on heaven. And the earth is my footstool. The earth is just a footstool to Yahweh.
Right.
Yeah, so it just shows you the immensity of Yahweh, that he encompasses all of this, but all of it is small to Yahweh. That's how he looks at his own creation. Go ahead, Brother Pepper.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that you build unto me, and where is the place of my rest? For all those things have mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith Yahweh. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word.
Now, look at what he's saying again. He says in verse 1, thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that you build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? For all those things have mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith Yahweh. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. So those people that have that kind of mindset, that's where Yahweh dwells. That's his house. Because you know you're a simple person, and you seeking redemption, and Yahweh said, I'll dwell with this person here. I'll give you everything I want to have. But where is my house? His house is in your heart. You see what I'm saying?
Temple, okay.
Go ahead, brother.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrifices a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offereth an oblation as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. Hear the word of Yahweh, you that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let Yahweh be glorified. But he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed.
Now, who are the brethren that did this? It says, hear the word of Yahweh, you that tremble at his word, your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let Yahweh be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. Who are these brethren that hated us? Come on, somebody say something.
Esau.
Oh,
Esau.
yeah.
I know y'all know.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I know you want to say it.
Oh,
Huh?
I thought she was okay.
Yeah,
She's not-
she would have said it, but she gone.
Where's she at?
On the phone.
Oh, okay. Break.
That's on the phone.
Well, go ahead, Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 6. A voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of Yahweh that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man child.
You understand what that verse is saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Levi?
It is.
I think that is Levi.
Mm-hmm.
They look like his wife's car.
They got so many cars. Last time I
Yeah,
saw, she
boy.
was in a white car now.
I thought Zach had cars. He got
Him and Walt.
Walt, Zach.
So we understand what verse 7. Well, I tell you what, let me come back to that because I want to see if Levi knows what this is saying.
Levi.
Levi.
Oh, when it came,
Yeah, verse 7.
a woman travailing, yeah, he all know about that.
We'll see.
He didn't get what I was saying.
I mean, sometimes, well, for instance, people watching us now, they may not have heard what that means. But it said, before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain
You
came.
walked in with a question, Levi.
Yeah. Shalom, Levi. How you doing, man?
Shalom, bro.
Yeah. Get your book out.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We were just asking the question, D, about Isaiah 66 and verse 7. Why don't you pull that up and see what it says? You see verse 7?
Yes, sir.
It says, before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of man child.
Mm-hmm.
What's that saying?
The she will be Israel, and the man child will be Mashiach, right?
Yeah. But it said, before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of man child. What was her pain?
Curses?
Huh?
Curses?
What?
He said curses.
No.
Okay.
Okay, now we know it said before she travailed, she brought forth. Right? So travail means painfulness. Right? Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man child.
Let's see. Oh, Mashiach came. They was in captivity.
So when did her pain come? The man child already brought forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It said before her pain came, she brought forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened after she brought forth? What was that pain?
Was that the Roman
What now?
Roman Empire?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, at the destruction of Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So the Messiah was born before Jerusalem was destroyed.
Right, right.
Right. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 8. Who have heard such a thing? Who have seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the birth and not cause to bring forth? Saith Yahweh. Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb? Saith thy Elohim.
So in both these verses here, in verse 8, it says, who have heard such a thing, who have seen such thing? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the birth and not cause to bring forth? Saith Yahweh. Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb? Saith thy Elohim. So what this is saying is that Israel will be delivered. It says in verse 8, who have heard such a thing? Now we already got the birth of the Mashiach here in verse 7. It says, who have heard such a thing, who have seen such things, shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day. So that would be all the rest of the tribes of Israel. Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. So what was the travail of Zion? For as soon as as soon as she travailed, right, she brought forth her children. That would be the great tribulation, wouldn't it? Right. Shall I bring to the birth and not cause to bring forth? Saith Yahweh, should I cause to bring forth and shut the womb? He's not going to shut the womb because you got so many people that have got to come back, so he can't shut the womb. We're talking about all 12 tribes here. So he's going to bring forth his people from wherever he scattered them, and he's going to bring them back into the land. Go ahead, Brother Seven.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 10. Rejoice you with Jerusalem and be glad with her, all you that love her. Rejoice with joy with her, all ye that mourn for her, that you may suck and be satisfied with the breasts of her consolations, that you may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall you suck, you shall be born upon her sides, and be dandled upon her knees.
So that's just saying the nation's going to take care. Right? You ain't got to worry about a thing no more, right? You're going to be the head, and they're going to be the tail, and they're going to like it. Go ahead, man.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 13. As one whom his mother comforted, so will I comfort you, and you shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb. And the hand of Yahweh shall be known toward his servants, and his indignation toward his enemies. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many.
So we're looking at the whole world engulfed in warfare. So that'll include the one world government that they're trying to put together even now. But it's couched in words that the average, even Christian, cannot understand what he's saying here. That's why they don't even go into the prophecies out here, especially Isaiah. Isaiah is speaking in terms of agricultural terms. And Christianity is not geared to agriculture. It's geared to uh, going off to heaven and going and be with the Lord. But it says here, when you see this, your verse 15. I'm sorry. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. That'll be the Mashiach showing up. But by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. So you go back in Jeremiah 25, it's saying the same thing. The slain of Yahweh shall be from one end of the earth to the other. So this is a great destruction Yahweh bringing upon the earth because of the wickedness that's in it. And so with everything destroyed, that means you got to start all over again. You want to say something?
Yeah. So will this be in 15? Like you say, with the Mashiach coming back, y'all we'll be in the land.
Yeah.
We got to be in the land for him to come back.
Right.
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 Uh, but what about the Great Tribulation? That's before. That's while we're in the wilderness, right?
What's that now?
The Great Tribulation.
That'll be in the 3.5 years of Great Tribulation.
So
Verse 8.
mhm,
Yeah, that'll be the Great Tribulation.
okay,
Yeah,
just trying to get my
because
time.
that would be the one world order where you got to take the name, number, and mark of the beast,
Right,
and the children of Israel are not going to take that name, number, mark. That would be the 9 tribes, right?
right.
Because at that time we'll be still in the wilderness
Hmm.
while they're going through that Great Tribulation, and they got
Oh,
to be. They're going to be hunted down and killed because they refuse to worship that man as a god.
hmm, right.
Hmm.
Okay. And when Mashiach show up,
And after
he's
three and a
going.
half years,
Uh-huh.
we got a timeline that is not definite between it when we go take the kingdom back and when the Mashiach shows up. We don't
Right.
have a timeline for that. But that's going to be a war. That's going to be a fighting
Hmm.
after the 3.5 years of the Great Tribulation. And after we go into the land,
Hmm.
there's going to be war. That means all the armies of the earth going to come to Jerusalem. All of them that are left,
Yeah.
because before 3.5 years is up, America won't be on the scene.
Right.
America was the most powerful country in the world and arms supply to everyone in the world. So once America's out of the way, the world's going to need some type of leadership. That's when the one world order kicks in.
Hmm.
And then in order for it to maintain peace, you got to take the name and number mark to make sure that you are part of the system. Because that's got to be a system to set up.
Right.
So that can recognize who's the enemy, who's not the enemy.
But that'll be set up before we hit the wilderness or while we're in the wilderness.
In the 3.5 years, yeah, the
In the
system,
within
actually,
three
the
and a half.
system is set up now.
Right. Okay.
Like the other things hadn't kicked in yet. Because America, again, got to fall before that 3.5 years kicks in.
Hmm.
That'll
Right.
be us getting up out of here and headed toward the wilderness.
Hmm.
But that's when the 3.5 years starts kicking in once
Hmm.
America is destroyed.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So now again, we don't have a timeline per se, per se for that to happen because we're looking at according to the book of Daniel, it looks like we're going to have 3.5 months to get up out of here. Right now, once we get up out of here, that's when we go back and got to go through Africa to get to the wilderness. Now, the mechanism behind that, I don't know. How is going to transpire? Because it said you came here by boat, you're going to leave by boat.
Hmm.
It just so happened Georgia's on East Coast.
Hmm.
We got a harbor down there in the Savannah,
Right.
right? So they can handle all them big ships. Because then they dig a little bit deeper. Yeah, they can handle a bunch of ships out there now. So we're looking at it. That's an option for us to get up out of here. Now, who's going to set it up? I don't know, but we know Yahweh's going to have it prepared for us to get up out of here.
Right.
And so once we get up out of here and get on those boats, that's when we're going back to where we came from, right?
Right.
But when America falls, it's going to cause a tsunami all over the world
Hmm.
because it's going to fall suddenly, right?
Hmm.
So that's why the scripture's telling y'all need to leave now. The white folks are leaving. A lot of folks are leaving America now because they see something get ready to go down. Because you're looking at turmoil in the street. You got people making threats against other people. I mean, it's white folks. The what they call the liberal white folks making threats against the conservative.
Right.
Now, where is that coming from? So you want to kill your own people because they got a different view than you? So that's how far they've gone down that cliff. So they can't turn around now because they making open threats on the internet. Kill all the conservatives, kill Trump, kill everybody that don't agree with you. Yeah, so that'll be ruler against ruler in Jeremiah. Yeah, that'll be that civil war. So all that's got to take place. Then we got to get up out of here. Right. Once we get up out of here, spend that time in 3.5 years, come out, take the kingdom, and that's when those armies going to come up. Now, again, we don't have a timeline on that, how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
But the battle's going to move northward to Armageddon. That's when the Mashiach shows up.
Gotcha.
Right. So after that, like I said, after that 3.5 years, we don't have a timeline. Right. All we know is there's going to be a battle in Jerusalem. And those armies are going to come up to Jerusalem. We don't know how long that's going to take. But once that kicks off, Judah's going to fight in that day, then they're going to prevail. But those armies are going to move to Armageddon, then that'll be the last of that.
Is that what 16 is, Armageddon?
Verse what?
16.
Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Yeah, you put Jeremiah 25:33 on there, and that'll show the same thing that it said the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Right, that's all over the world.
You know, Elder, what you and Deacon Levi was talking about, this process of leaving, and I find it interesting that I've been hearing more and more about Africa splitting.
The continent.
Yeah, the continent of Africa.
Yeah, that started a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and they've been talking more and more about it. So, you know, you're saying, like you just said, you just thought about it when you said we got to go back through Africa. So I'm
Right.
just wondering, like, how was
Does that have anything to do with us getting
Yeah.
up out here, right?
Yeah.
I kind of thought about that too, because the whole continent is changing.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the split is so big that they want to make another sea.
Yeah, that's how big. Yeah, that's
So that's another sea already. Y'all would put a sea right there, right there in the continent of Africa.
yeah.
So we don't know how long that's going to take. What's going to be the end of it? Will it stop? Will it continue or will it stop at some point? So that where we came in at was a door of no return, right? So who's to say that we may not get off there, but go around there and go up through that new pathway of that sea and make it a little bit quicker to get to the wilderness.
And they don't even know it.
Yeah, I know, because it's a phenomenon, man. We've never seen a whole sea created, a whole continent split apart.
Planning it.
Huh?
He's been planning.
Who?
But Torres,
Who?
he the captain, the president. Oh, Burkina Faso. Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking about Ibrahim
Yeah, Torres.
and what did he say about it?
They said they were going to build like an ocean.
Uh-huh.
Certain things to come through to separate Africa.
Oh, he's been talking about it, huh?
He's been talking about it.
Well, did he mention us?
No, they don't know nothing about us.
I think he does. I think he does. He's been mentioning us over here.
Well, he calls us the American Negro.
Yeah, I know, but that's what we call ourselves. So, until we got more knowledge. Yeah, but you may have a point. They may not know it's us because I think no, he doesn't have any facial hair, so I look at him as fully ham.
Right, and he's praying to Allah.
He what?
And he's praying. He's bowed down praying to Allah.
So he's Muslim, huh?
Himself a Muslim.
All right. So is this the same guy that Trump threatened because they persecuted the Christians over there? That's the same guy.
That's the same one.
I tell you, Trump, he only aimed the shot. He just shoot from the hip.
Yeah, but that phenomenon is not man created though. That's splitting Africa up. That's not man created.
I know.
Africa up.
It's all of a sudden it came upon
all of a sudden
Africa.
2 years.
They don't know how it started. Where did this come from? So they're gonna have to call it some kind of sea now, some kind of ocean. Give it a name. But that may play a part in not getting up out of here and going to the wilderness. It may cut the time short because the boat go around up that little ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It could take us closer to the wilderness. Yeah, because if we get off at the door of no return and walk, because how else you going to get from there to where you came from? So if we had to walk from the coast of Ghana, it would take us 9.5 weeks if we walk. That's a lot of time. We're looking at months.
Well,
Well, two and a half months.
yeah, I could see that, Elder. What you're saying that would cut down the time because when they built the Panama Canal, that was the purpose for logistics to cut that time to cut
Yeah.
through. So that kind of sounds like
Yeah, it could be. We
Yeah.
have to see what Yahweh has in store. We gotta. Um, I mean, that's one thing to think about. But we gotta think about how we gonna wake up in the morning. We may not wake up, so it might not mean nothing. But it's good to have your mind focus on something other than staying alive. So that may be hope for the future. But again, all this is talking about the end time scenario, and that Yahweh's going, Mashiach going, is described here in verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be bent. That'll be the Mashiach killing people. And when it says in the book of Revelation that a two-edged sword is gonna come out of his mouth. What does that two-edged sword represent? The word. So if he look at you and say, "You gonna die," you gonna die. He ain't got to pull no sword out on you. His word gonna kill you. The very thing come out of his mouth is gonna kill you. So he's coming to judge and to make war. So if he judge you, man, while you in that great war, you die, you're gonna be waking up 1,000 years later and thrown into the lake of fire. Yeah. So if you're gonna die, just well die now. You don't want him killing you. Go ahead, Stephen.
Uh, Isaiah chapter 66, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine flesh and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
Now that's us. It's talking about us. Now he went from the whole world. Now he's talking about I'm gonna judge you for what you're doing. You're eating swine's flesh and the abomination. Now apparently our father will eat mice too, and shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh. Go ahead, brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 18. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory.
Mm-hmm.
And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Spain, Africa, that draw the bow to Russia and Greece, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto Yahweh out of all nations upon horses and in chariots and in litters and upon mules and upon swift beasts to my holy mountain, Jerusalem, saith Yahweh, as the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of Yahweh.
So they're gonna get all y'all out of there, out of that country. If you're in somebody else's country, they gonna make you get up out of there. Get out of here, go back to your land. You don't belong here. Yeah, man.
Is that referring to the last few verses of Zechariah 8? Zechariah chapter 8. So all nations
What
shall.
what we just read here,
Yes, sir.
not at that time. Right here, this is just a regathering. Zechariah 8, uh, is those last two verses. Zechariah 8 is when you're already established and the world recognize who you are now. They want to come around you more, right? Go ahead, brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 21. And I will also take up them for priests and for Levites, saith Yahweh. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain.
You can't be no more definite than that. It says, for as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. You can't get rid of us. We're protected. We ain't all good at two toes, but he always selected the people he's going to save. So there's another way of looking at this also is that he's going to create a new heaven and a new earth. Why don't we hear Christians talking about that new heaven and new earth? You ever heard a Christian talk about new heaven and new earth?
No.
No. But you got it both what they call the Old Testament and the New Testament, which means they don't read. But they couldn't explain this anyway. Because see, when it says a new heaven and new earth, that means when they die to go to heaven, they don't know which heaven they're going to. With the new heaven or the old heaven?
Question. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him that one. Yeah. Whichever you want to.
The problem is, I think, like it's been said, those Gentiles have been in this book, man, they don't see nothing about them in these prophets.
Right.
And so they kind of brush that off. It's just like, I was thinking about it last night. They say the children of Israel have been absorbed in the other nations.
Right.
Well, what you going to do with those Jews? The Jews are part of the children of Israel. Show you how ignorant people are. Because even Elder Yaakov said a long time ago, he said, I couldn't hook up the Jews with children of Israel when he was a young man. And somebody had to show him they was actually Jacob's fourth son. It was Judah.
Mm-hmm.
So if they've been absorbed, well, Esau shouldn't be a people then.
Right.
See, I mean, so they slick, like you say, they slick with this thing, man. They know ain't nothing about them back here. And most of these prophets are telling you're gonna have to succumb to people you've been beating up. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah. I think the Gentiles starting to wake up to the fact that they can't be the Jews.
Right.
I think they even admitted themselves that we're just secular Jews.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is a secular Jew? A non-religious Jew.
Right.
Well, what's a religious Jew? You see what I'm saying? They throw them terms out there that obfuscate the truth, and that this is not a religious book; it's a history book. But they're not part of it. So what do? They put a religion on it and say, well, this is Christianity or this is Judaism. But that takes away from the reading of the prophets, the law and the prophets. Because you can't find religion in the law. You can't find religion in the prophets. But that's what they put on that. That's Judaism. They say that the Ten Commandments is Judaism. They said that Abraham was the father of Judaism. How the hell is that going to happen? Because Abraham was before Judah.
Right.
So how could he start Judaism? You gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, and they called all three of them religions Abrahamic religion.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I
Where
said.
you get that from?
It's just terminology they use to justify their religion. They want to say that all our religions come from the Bible.
Okay.
That's what Abraham is. It ain't nowhere else mentioned more prominently than in the Bible. So they lay claim to Abraham as their father. That Ishmael and Abraham built the Kaaba, right? Well, again, they trying to justify their existence by claiming their linkage to Abraham. And so the same thing with the Christians, and same thing with the people who practice Judaism. Christians want to claim Abraham as their father because of faith, and then then they say Abraham is father of Judaism. So they all want to tie themselves to our book. So you can imagine it's hard for anybody, a religious person, to read this book because their mind is already shut down because of religion, right? So they can't read it with an open mind and say, well, that's not what I'm being taught. Now, I'm being taught religion. I can't find one Christian yet that can read this book. So Yahweh choose who he wants to read this book. So you should feel blessed because Yahweh chose you.
Mhm.
He didn't choose no one else. He didn't choose the Gentiles because they couldn't. They know more about this book than anybody else, but they don't know. They, if you notice, they always leave out the children of Israel and the God of Israel. They can quote anything else in him, but
Mhm.
they never mention the children of Israel, how important they are in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, you got knowledge, but you don't have the spirit. So Yahweh, what Yahweh done is open up the book to his people Israel, glory and honor to the Jew first, and also to the Gentile. Did you have something, man?
Yeah, when you was talking, I was thinking about way back in the day when gospel music was out. I forgot this choir's name, but the preacher in the song said, "Have you got good religion?" And the choir said, "Certainly, Lord."
Yeah.
And I was thinking about James chapter 1:27. They use that. You think they use that verse? They what you just said?
Well, the thing about that verse is it's in the law itself. So that again, that's an attempt to turn the law into religion.
Right.
So that our father did not practice religion, but the writers of the letters, like in Jude, want to call it a religion.
Mhm.
Now, granted, in Jude, you can hear Jude quoting some of the Apocrypha, uh, because in Jude you got where he mentions Enoch and those thousands of angels that came with him, but that's not in the Bible anywhere. Right. So he got it from an extra source. He got it from the pseudepigrapha.
Mhm.
Right. So that is one instance where you see that they put information in there that's not part of historical parts of the Bible. From the scriptures, from Old Testament, what we read in Jude was not in that Old Testament. So you got it from somewhere else. Again, that's when this Apocrypha and the pseudepigrapha was out there also. They're reading them books too. But if you know in the Gospels and the epistles, they mainly quote scripture, except for in Jude.
Them two books, the two, I can't pronounce them.
The Apocrypha
Yeah, the other
and,
one.
and the pseudepigrapha.
Yeah, see, that's new to me. That one,
You never heard of pseudepigrapha?
no, I know about the other one. But you told us a while back not to. You can read it, but don't take it in like
Well,
the
you can't
Bible.
compare the Apocrypha and the pseudepigrapha to the Bible.
Right.
That was my point.
Right.
I've been asked that question before. That is it all right for them to read the Apocrypha? And I said, as long as you ground it in this first,
Right.
go ahead and read it. And you should read it as recreational reading. The only two good books in the Apocrypha is First and Second Maccabees. So that links uh, the Persian Empire during the time of Malachi, because that's the last prophet, and the Persians were ruling at that time. So the Apocrypha links that last book of the prophet Malachi to Matthew, because you got a space there that don't have any writings. So you got Malachi and Matthew, and so with that you don't have any information on the Greek Empire. They probably didn't write that much about it, except in Daniel. And then you don't have where when the Roman Empire came on the scene, that's when you go up into Matthew and it says Roman Empire is on the scene.
That was 70,
Uh,
70 AD.
no, that's when they destroyed Jerusalem
Okay.
in 70 AD. All right. Now the Mashiach, they calculate the Mashiach birth is 4 BC.
Mm.
How about white people do that? I don't know.
Mm.
But that white people just know everything.
Well, so one more little thing. You said if you I just noticed that when you said you got to master this book, right?
What now?
The Bible.
What about it?
That's how before we go to anywhere else, we
Yeah,
study
yeah.
this.
Make sure you understand what the Bible is saying.
Right. And the thing about it is, once you read it, it never ending. It's never ending. I discover stuff again that I ain't never seen before.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can. I don't think we can finish this book.
Oh,
Yeah, well, it's always something new in here
yeah, that's beautiful.
that you didn't see before.
Yeah.
You read it all the time. All of a sudden, the Spirit says, "Stop and read that again, and think about what you just read."
Yeah.
So now it's opened up even more because you didn't even notice. And then you look when you see something that you missed, then you see more references to it in the rest of the book. So how did I miss all of that? Yeah. So again, that's just the Spirit. So the Spirit can't do to you what it did to Islam, but to slow mo.
Mhm.
Yahweh gave that spirit of wisdom all of a sudden, right? But you see how it ended up.
Mhm.
He ended up bringing other gods into the kingdom and marrying strange women. The wisest man on earth. Why would he do something like that? So what Yahweh doing now is giving us a little bit here, a little bit there, line upon line, precept upon precept. So you don't get it all at once. It's always something new that the Spirit's showing you. Look at that again. So that keeps you glued to the book and want to read it even more. So that's where that thing should. That's the way it should be. Because Yahweh's speaking to us in another language now.
Mhm.
He was speaking to our fathers in Hebrew. Now nobody speaks Hebrew anymore. And so he's speaking us to with stammering lips in another tongue. So it all fits. That's what's so beautiful about it. It all fits.
Mhm.
And just like you were showing me earlier today, was that Chat GBT?
Mhm.
Yeah, Chat GBT. You know about it, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, GBT said we're the children of Israel.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, it show it to you later on. That's a computer. A computer says that's who we are. We haven't heard that from anybody. But the computer, they ain't got no feelings. Just spit out information, facts, 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 right? So yeah, the black people, they're the children of Israel. And hands down. Yeah.
So elder of all the nations is our enemies. So when AI, all they get together and figure that out, they gonna be trying to kill us too. Yeah, as the children of Israel, we gotta kill them.
Yeah, maybe they should have asked that Chat GBT some more questions, man.
Yeah,
So what's going to happen to them? I didn't think about that. They're
He said they were gonna leave.
going to leave America?
They were gonna leave.
I think I've seen.
Okay, all right, I'll take that.
With the house of Judah being the ones that go into the wilderness, are they gonna be drawn out together like the ones in Brazil and you got them up in Canada? You know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody got to be out there when it come out. Uh, Judah, that's over here in America,
Hmm.
South America, and even in Africa itself. They got to come out of those places and go into the wilderness. Now, imagine the most destruction would be uh, from the people here in America, black people here in America. That's where most of your destruction going to come from because they are loose and out of control. They don't have any self control, and so you see how they do when they get mad at you.
Right.
They kill you. Like my brother's wife's daughter fighting over grill, right? And she lose her life. Them kind of people ain't gonna make it. They're the ones gonna die out there with her. Right now, whoever shot that sister, she's a murderer now. And you know what a judgment of murder is? Yeah, so uh that's gonna be part of this purging out of the wilderness, all those murderers out there, those people that break Yahweh's law. Yeah, they ain't gonna make it in land. Yeah.
I
Would,
give up.
I did it again, Steve.
I give up.
would,
You want me to leave, man?
would you say that they're gonna be drawn out to where they, you know what I'm saying, gonna want to leave or they gonna be forced out?
More than likely, they're gonna be forced out of
Oh
here.
yeah.
Okay.
Because Jake ain't leaving nowhere like got fried chicken. No, I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
I gotta go along with you on that door, Elder. If we see white people leave, we're gonna leave.
Hmm.
We can't do without white people.
That's right. That's
White people
right.
start leaving in mass today, we'll say something wrong.
That's right.
Even them Negroes on that corner down there.
Yeah.
Something wrong. These people leaving.
So if that happened, then how you gonna call white people racist and you following after them? Y'all just unbalanced, man. Emotionally, you don't know how to think because you let the television do your thinking. Television say hate white folks. Why? Just hate them. That's what black people do. They hate white folks. They don't know why. Well, again, they're just jealous, just like reading the Song of Moshe in Deuteronomy 32. They're jealous of white people. So white people got their act together. But and Jake can't get his act together because Jake don't trust Jake.
You got that right.
Yeah, you can't take your automobile to a mechanic. The Jake, you can't trust that dude because he ain't gonna do right, even though he gonna charge your arm and a leg and still rip you off. That's the mindset of every black person in America. They don't want their car given to a black mechanic.
It's sad.
Yeah. So that for some reason it's in them saying, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna take his money and rip him off. Where's your conscience, man? Don't you know the difference between right and wrong? So what we end up doing is going to white folks. They charge on arm and leg, but at least it's done right. And then they screw it up, they can take it back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't take your car back to Jake because Jake don't move. Can't find no
Skip time. You picked your car up yesterday. Last night. Phone off, everything.
Yeah, that I learned, bro, from that Toyota I had. Now I'm supposed to be out of debt right now. My car should have been paid for. And I on advice somebody in this camp. Went to a guy, they didn't fix it. Wasn't no gas. You remember when you took me over there? Wasn't no gas in the car.
I know, bro.
Tank was over halfway full.
Heartbreaker.
Mud all in the car.
Yeah, I know.
Tie rod loose.
Yeah.
The trimming on the front fell off. Car humming, sounding like a T model. Humming, right? Lights all on the dashboard.
Chicken wings.
Yeah. You just well gave that car to me. I'd tear it up just as well. But nevertheless, that's the mindset of your people. For some reason, they don't want to do the best for you. They'll do the best for white people, but they won't do the best for you because they know you ain't got no power to change anything.
Mm.
That's all going to change. Yeah, this time, Yahweh going to bring out the best of his people, spiritually the best, and thinking logically, the common sense. That would be the best of the Yahweh's people. People are going to want to come to us for advice. Like we always go to them for advice. They're going to come to us for advice. And so the whole thing's going to change up. They're going to say, we can depend on these people here. But right now, you can't depend on black people. Black people say, we need to come together. You're not going to come together. No, you ain't going to come together. They got a governor's race up in either Virginia or New Jersey.
Yeah.
Where the black woman running for, was it governor?
Virginia.
Huh?
Virginia.
That little small black lady, real sharp.
I never seen her. I seen
I
pictures
know
of
what
her.
you're talking about.
She's a little short woman.
Yeah, real. I think she's Haitian too. She's real smart. She's conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because she's up there with people that are liberals, and they're going to a white woman. NAACP is supporting a white woman against a black woman. What good is NAACP?
All because she's conservative.
That's right.
Because she's running on a conservative platform.
Right.
And she's sharp too.
Right.
Sharp.
Yeah.
And she tore that white lady up in that debate.
Yeah. But the white woman is in the lead.
Yep.
The most qualified woman there is a black woman.
They won't support her. The black people won't support her.
Why? Because she's conservative.
Because she's conservative. She can think for herself, and she's sharp as a tack.
They ain't looking for that. No. They want somebody gonna sweet talk them.
Mm-hmm. I heard she spoke out against reparations too.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh hell.
They ain't even deal with her.
They are so delusional.
But she made a good argument for it though.
Their money.
Yeah. But her argument was, you can't. Yes, never mind.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her because that's politics, and you're dealing with an unbalanced people, and those liberals work rely on you being unbalanced because they'll throw anything out there at you, saying, "Well, we're gonna support you. We're gonna give you reparations. We're gonna keep you on welfare, give you food stamp. You ain't got to miss a thing. Just vote for me, right?" Well, the conservative woman said, "No, you got to get off your ass and go to work." They don't want that. They just want to lay around, get food stamps, get all kinds of free stuff from the government, and that's what this white woman probably promising them. Yeah, she's a Democrat, right?
Oh yeah.
That woman, the white woman.
Oh yeah.
Well, there it is, right there.
I
Yeah,
forget she asked her some question. She couldn't even answer the question. She just sitting there looking dumb. She was like, answer the question. That white lady sitting there like yeah.
but she's in the lead.
I know, Elder.
They want a dummy to lead them.
That goes to show you the mindset of black people.
But keep in mind,
That's a testimony.
she's speaking the views of Donald Trump. If she's conservative, right? They don't want to hear that. Anybody that's got the same mindset of Donald Trump about, look, this is a free enterprise. Ronald Reagan even said that. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah,
Government is not in the business of taking care of you people.
right.
Do something for yourself, right?
Yeah,
And all this money we making, and all we do is buy the biggest house and the biggest cars, then pull our suspenders up. Look what I done.
yeah.
But white people say these some crazy people.
Easily can maneuver them into thinking anything, man. So that's a testimony against black people that they would actually reject righteous, not righteous, but conservatism, or somebody thinking saying right things to somebody saying stupid things. That's your people, and 9 times out of 10, I bet you they're the kind of ones gonna be purged out in that wilderness if they make it that far. Because if they go with this white woman instead of a black woman, that means they have no morals. And so if you ain't got no morals, you out there in that wilderness, yeah, you're gonna be ripped off. Yeah. Y'all gonna have that kind of mess in the kingdom. Yeah, man.
So, Elder, when you was just talking about slow-mo, King slow-mo, all the wisdom he had, Yahweh gave him, but Yahweh giving it to us little by little. And the nation gonna seek unto us. So it'll kind of be the same way they'll be seeking unto us, the way that like Queen Sheba went to slow-mo to hear what he had to say. So the nations are basically come to us for the same way.
Right.
Because we got to teach them laws, statutes, judgments. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because they're gonna be bringing their sacrifices to Jerusalem. When was the last time you seen white folks sacrifice anything?
That wasn't us.
And anybody really, except for the Muslims, they do that. But you got to be taught not only how to kill an animal, and then you got to know which animals to kill. Then you got to give them a dietary law. All those things they got to be taught. Now, granted, some nations already know how to slaughter animals, but the majority of the Gentile white folks, they are more technical than agricultural. So they got to be taught how to kill an animal, what animals to kill, what kind of food they're supposed to eat. They got to be taught all those things, and they got to be taught Yahweh's law, sure them the penalty for murder. So the murder rate's going to go down in that kingdom. That's if there will be any murders. So that's going to be a brand new day because ain't nobody going to be doing the thing that they're doing now. So we look forward to that. So all we can do is read about it coming. But we know it's not going to be an easy journey because a lot of things got to be destroyed before that kingdom of heaven is set up. Right. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
That's where verse 21 comes into play.
It says, and I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, saith Yahweh. Well, got to remember also, the priests and the Levites, they dealt mostly with temple things. But when you're talking about all 12 tribes of the children of Israel, they're going to be priests also. So the main job, when you read up in Ezekiel, for instance, in Ezekiel it said the priest will be teaching the people the law. That was what they're supposed to do in the first place. But when the kingdom is set up, they're still going to have that, but the rest of the tribes are going to be out among the other nations. Probably teaching Yahweh's law there. Yeah, so again, we'll be priests and king, a kingdom of priests. Right. So that's something the world has never seen before. A whole nation of priests. Everybody's a priest, right? And you got to have one in your land, at least one, so you know what you can and cannot do. The priest will make intercession on your behalf when you sin against Yahweh. Yeah, so we'll be very important, and they'll be glad to have us come around because whenever we come around, blessings come too. Yeah, that's what happened when you let a Levite in your house or a priest in your house. They can bless your house. Yeah, look at what's her name? Hannah was praying for a son. Eli was there, and he saw her, and she explained to him explained to him what she was praying for, and what he do? Say, Yahweh grant your request. He blessed her, and she gave birth to Samuel. So yeah, you're gonna want that in your kingdom, in your land, so they can bless you, give you those things that you need. Right. So yeah, that'll be your effect on all the earth. That's why they all want to come around you because they want to get them blessings off of you. Just like these white folks have done for 400 years here in America to us. They know who we are, and they know we bless this country. As long as we don't know who we are, they can hold tight. But if black people knew who they were and knew that America was dependent on them to be rich and powerful, we could call the shots. They said, "Well, wait a minute now. What you gonna do for me?" Black folks don't think in those terms, man. They don't know they have the advantage, but they don't know they have the advantage.
All we know,
Well put, Elder.
all we know is what we've been taught.
Yeah, I
You
know.
can't get mad with us. We don't know it about.
I know, but look at us though. Look at how much power we have.
Mm-hmm.
That people will get a blessing from us. They don't even have to work for it because we just show up. We've been here 400 years. Look at America, the most powerful country on earth. It's because you got the house of Judah up in here. So you get all these blessings. America get all these blessings because of us. They couldn't do this by themselves, but because they brought us over here, America been blessed for 400 years. And now she's about to lose her blessing. Because now the blessing is waking up, saying it's time to go. Yeah. So you can see the symptoms of it already because white folks are fighting against white folks now, right? Over a little nothing. You got the Congress want to finance illegal aliens health care. You know that the country's falling. So who's forcing them to hold up Congress for releasing the money? Who's doing that? I mean, you got Schumer, yeah, you got the Democrats, but who's forcing them to do something that's stupid? Somebody's on the outside that you don't hear about that want to push an agenda that would destroy this country.
Somebody like Soros and his buddies,
Who?
George Soros, them kind of people.
Yeah,
I was about to say he's
yeah.
Yeah.
Soros.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants America destroyed. That's why they kicked him out of Hungary. So you can't come back here.
That's right.
Right. It's against the law for him to even show up there.
Esau always play both sides, don't they? Like
Yeah,
his, you know, what I'm saying
yeah.
supporting fund both sides of something
Well,
to
the
create.
interesting thing about this situation here, we have a battle of billionaires.
Right.
You got the president is a billionaire, Soros is a billionaire. Then you got billionaires supporting the Democratic Party, billionaires supporting the Republican Party. So you got billionaires fighting against billionaires. And where we come in at?
Really don't. Last, like you say, this country really blessed. And I checked over 10 years ago, America has more billionaires. That's 10 years ago than anybody. 458 billionaires.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you consider people like, what's her name? What's her girl? You got LeBron's, he become a billionaire. What's old girl?
Oprah.
No, the singer.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Beyonce.
No.
Oh,
Rihanna.
Riri.
Rihanna.
Yeah. All them people,
Rihanna, I call her Riri.
all,
Trying to be cool.
all those people recently became billionaires. So instead of 458, it could be way over 500 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It sure ain't us.
Because we're here though, right? We're here and they got wealth off us.
Yeah, yeah. Again, that's a blessing you bring upon the country. And you got 3 tribes here in America. Yeah, you're gonna get blessed, buddy. Yeah.
Who was that billionaire that gave that donation to Trump, the fund to pay the military? Because he said he got.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. Never heard of
They
it.
didn't say his name, just said a billionaire
Yeah,
donated 114 million or something like
yeah.
that.
I heard about that.
I was wondering who that billionaire was.
I don't know. You got a bunch of them out there, man. That's
Yeah.
like Steve was saying. You got a whole bunch of them out there.
Some of them you don't
You
even
don't
know.
even
They hadn't even made themselves manifest.
They undercover.
It could be over 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You look at like you say, LeBron James, Michael Jordan,
Oprah.
Oprah, Riri. Well, we got our little small remnant of billionaires. They compare to Esau billionaire. Esau got a bunch of for small people. They got a bunch of billionaires.
There's a few brothers that you don't even know about
Mm-hmm.
as billionaires. One, he gave some money to Morehouse. I didn't even know this guy.
Robert Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he got messed up in something.
They tried to screw him up because he gave that money to them colleges.
They accused him of money laundering or something,
Yeah,
right?
something like that. But I don't think anything came of it though.
Yeah.
Nah.
He divorced his wife though and married a stripper.
God.
What is what?
Exactly.
He did what?
He did that.
What did he
I
do?
don't know if it's true.
He divorced his wife and married a stripper.
Yeah, white stripper.
A white
A white stripper.
White stripper.
Wouldn't have mentioned.
About the whole club, white.
The thing about that is, I remember years ago there was a man that won the lottery, and he was married to a white prostitute or something like that, and she had him killed. So you remember that? She had him killed so that she could take all his money. Yeah, man.
She buried him under the back of the house on the concrete.
What?
She killed and buried she
Oh.
buried him under a slab of concrete
Yeah.
behind the house
That was the one that won that lottery?
in Florida.
Yeah, I don't know where it was.
Yeah, it was in Florida. And she couldn't read. Huh?
Yeah, Abraham. His name was Abraham.
Right.
Y'all know the man's name too.
He couldn't read. That's the thing. That's the problem. Couldn't read.
Well, how the hell he played the lottery?
Just go in and put
That
a
white
couple
woman
dollars
didn't.
Quick.
And she had him killed. And so this billionaire married a white stripper.
He was a millionaire.
Huh?
He was a millionaire. He had hit the lottery. That dude.
No, I'm talking about the one that gave that money to them colleges.
Oh yeah, he was.
He divorced his wife and married a white stripper.
Yeah.
So it don't matter whether you billionaire or dollar ass. You ain't got no damn
Ain't
sense.
got no sense.
This is what you do.
Come here, girl.
How man ain't got no damn sense to become a billionaire?
Anybody can become a millionaire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How come I'm not a billionaire then? They ain't got no damn sense.
You got too much.
That's probably what it is. This is I hold my own self back.
Yeah. They say they got 813 to 867 billionaires.
In this country. Okay, see. I kind of figured I say it might be close to 1,000 now.
They ain't nowhere near us.
Jay-Z won too, Elder.
Huh?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yeah,
He's been one long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he been
Well,
long.
you know how he got started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just add that to the pile. Yeah.
I think I seen something with he got into Satan worship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that too. I think Beyonce's supposed to be a queen witch or something. Yeah.
One guy's a billionaire, but he won't let nobody know. Shaquille O'Neal is a billionaire. They keep saying he's worth 500 billion, but every time you look on television, he on some commercial. He's off in it. He got his hand off in everything.
Well,
He got to be a
you
billionaire.
got to do something with your money.
He sure is.
Because you can't just let your money sit around and just withdraw something out of it just because you need it. You got to invest in something. So I'm pretty sure you got some good investors telling them invest in this, invest in that, hide some of that money from the tax
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
all that thing. So when you see a famous person with a really huge house, that's to hide his money.
Mm-hmm.
So he won't be taxed. I mean, look at Evander Holyfield. Look, he bought an 18-room mansion, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's just one man. But then he got a lot of children too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a hound. But go ahead, finish this up for a second.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahweh. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
That'll be the second death, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
Right? That they could fire. But when you read this every new moon, in verse 23, it says, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahweh. So the Sabbath will still be in effect, and the new moon will still be in effect, which means uh, that some of those holy days will be fulfilled, like the Day of Atonement on that new earth. There will be no need for a Day of Atonement
Right.
because there'll be nothing to atone for. Now, as far as the rest of the holy days, yeah, probably so. Being that there will be there'll be a more agricultural society, but we don't know what life will be like on that new earth because there will be nothing to defile it with. Uh, and we're gonna have the food we're gonna eat won't be meat. Yeah, we're gonna be eating from the tree of life, drinking water from the river of living waters.
Mhm.
So that's a brand new start
Mm.
for Yahweh's creation. So our body's got to change because you can't be on that new earth having to go to the bathroom,
Right. That's right.
right? Because you're defiling the earth. So that I imagine it'd be like when the angels ate Abraham's food and the angels ate Lot's food. They don't do it. It didn't do them any good. It didn't add nothing to them. They just ate them because uh, of the hospitality of Abraham and Lot. And they received that hospitality. But when angels eat food, they don't digest their food like we digest food because they ain't got no blood in them. And blood is part of the digestive system. The food adds minerals to your blood, whatever it is. But angels are not built like us. They're eternal beings, so food doesn't affect them, but yet still they ate. So I don't know. Now on the new earth, mm, how are we gonna digest our food? Will there be a need for toilet paper?
No.
No need for toilet paper.
No, no, no.
Them angels, they threw out that broth too, right?
Well, now,
I said them angels had one of them angels had threw out the broth. When it was it Abraham that gave him something and he poured the broth off or something like that.
oh yeah, yeah,
Samson.
that was I think that was
Samson.
Gideon.
Okay.
Yeah, Gideon brought an offering to the angel,
Hmm.
and the angel said, "Pour that broth out."
Right. I was thinking about that when you were saying that when you were talking earlier about teaching the nations and and our people got to be taught too because I be seeing everybody's posting their meals now, their preparation of food and everything else, and you see them even our people that's eating clean food, they still eating blood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see them make stuff in the pan, and they put the meat in the pan and everything else, and or they make a pot roast or something like that, and they put the potatoes and everything else around it, but they don't parboil it first,
right.
and they don't realize they eating blood.
No, they don't. It's just tradition that they
Hmm.
have, and that's the best way to make gravy or something like that.
Yeah.
adds a little flavor to the taste, but they don't realize that's not right. Can't eat
Right.
blood. So you got to wonder how come white folks so crazy because they eat a lot of animal blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, man.
True. Not off the subject. I was like the question. Have you ever heard of a food called chicken bog? BOG. You ever heard of that?
Chicken ball?
Chicken bog. Have you ever heard that?
No.
My mom used to make that. It's a big pot full of chicken in water, and she boiled it. And you see the blood and everything, right? Instead of throwing the blood out, she adds seasoning and rice, and she wait till the chicken fall off the bone, and the rice will soak up the water. When time to eat, I'm saying as a kid, that's all we ate. Chicken blood rice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's how
That's all you ate?
back in when I was a child.
Well, that explains a lot.
You know what? I think he set
You
you up.
knew I was going to come through that door. And you open the door for me, I'm coming right on in
Yeah,
there,
he
buddy.
set you up.
What is this?
But verse 24 talks about the lake of fire, though, right?
Mm.
So again, that will be the second death. But verse 24 again, it's more clarified when you read the other prophecies, especially in the Book of Revelation when it talks about the lake of fire. But this is what it begins about those people that transgress against Yahweh. They're gonna be thrown in the lake of fire.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Well, we finish up with Isaiah. Let's continue on. And Brother Stephen, now a lot of Jeremiah. We're going to the book of Jeremiah. So a lot of Jeremiah is historic. So we're going to be spending a lot of time, and I might be pointing out some verses in here we might want to consider. Like I always say, in Jeremiah chapter 1, Brother Stephen, pick this up at verse 1 to verse 10.
Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 1. The words of Jeremiah the son of Hilkiah, of the priests that were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahweh came in the days of Josiah the son of Ammon, king of Yehudah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim the son of Josiah, king of Yehudah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah the son of Josiah, king of Yehudah, unto the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month. Then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Then said I, Adonai Elohim, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But Yahweh said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahweh. Then the Adonai put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
You notice the same scenario in Isaiah chapter 6. It says in uh, verse 9, it said, Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth, right? In Isaiah chapter 6, let's look at that. Same thing in Isaiah chapter 6, verse verse 1 to verse 8. Remember now in Jeremiah, he said he put his hand in the mouth and told him that he touched his mouth. He said, Behold, I'll put my words in thy mouth.
Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Adonai sitting upon the throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, and with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he did fly. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is Yahweh of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory.
Mm-hmm.
And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, Yahweh of hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this has touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also I heard the voice of the Adonai saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me.
So again, you have the seraphim from a live coal in Isaiah's mouth, because Isaiah said, I'm a man of unclean lips, dwell amongst a people with unclean lips. Now, we're pretty sure they were speaking Hebrew at that time. So what could be unclean about speaking Hebrew? It's how you use the language, what you're talking about, for instance. You might be talking about a woman in Hebrew and saying some personal things about her in Hebrew, and you know those things are not right, so they be unclean. We're not talking about using profanity, all right? In other words, we just the subject matter that you're talking about, it's unclean. So you're thinking of those unclean thoughts. So the seraphim would put a coal in his mouth and purge all that out of him. So he won't talk like he used to talk anymore. Same thing happening with us, because our conversation is not like it used to be, because we're talking about something totally different now to our friends and family. And they don't understand why we're talking that way, because something like this. Because y'all would purge all that foolishness out of our mouth and make sure that we talk about the things that written down in this book. So we go, like I said, going by the same way. It's just that with this language we speak, it's an unclean language anyway. It's stammering lips in another tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't talk to anybody any other way, because they don't understand Hebrew. They don't understand any other language, so they speak. We got to speak in their language so that they can understand. Right? Let's go back to Jeremiah. Yeah.
Question. Josiah is a Hebrew name, right?
Tongue.
Josiah.
Out of here.
Josiah.
Josiah.
Josiah is the Hebrew name? Yeah.
Yes. So Joshua is too, right? Is that the same?
Joshua?
Yeah.
Joshua is English.
Oh, okay.
Right, but it's still Yahshua
Yeah, okay.
is the Hebrew, so they both are the same word for same name. Just one is in English and one is in Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
So you got different pronunciation, different languages. Like for instance, in Hebrew you have Joseph. In Spanish you got Jose. Same name. Right. All right, let's go back to Jeremiah.
We went from 1 to 10. Where we're going now?
Okay, let me see. Like I said, not very much prophecy initially, but what I would like for you to do, Brother Stephen, is go to Jeremiah 3 and picking up at verse 14 to 18. Again, we're trying to stick with the prophecy, so I'm going to be skipping around a little bit in some of these prophets, because some of it is more historical than prophetic.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verses 14 through 18.
Mm-hmm.
Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Now, who needs to hear this?
Yes.
We need to hear this.
Right.
Because white folks don't need to hear it. Africans don't need to hear it because they know who they are. They know where they come from. They got everything we don't have. But it says here, turn no backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city into to a family and bring you to Zion. That's a remnant. Because it's more in a city than one. But you're gonna get just one person out of one city and two people out of a family. It's not saying it's gonna be the mother, the father, the mother, and say nothing about uncles and aunts. But it's just gonna be two people out of that family. That's why you seem so strange to your family members now. Because he's taking you away from them. It's not like you want to be taken away, but this takes up all your thinking now. And you don't think like you used to think. You don't look at things like you used to look at. What you're doing is Yahweh remolding you, reforming you into the image that he wants you to be. So no, we can't go back to the way we used to be. Yahweh's taking us away from that and showing us what righteousness is. And this thing is serious to Yahweh, so it should be serious to us. Because of who we are, we have to do what Yahweh tells us to do.
Mm-hmm.
The nations are under that kind of rulership that they have to do what Yahweh tells them to do. No, we have to do what Yahweh tells us to do. Because then the nation will look at us and say, well, them Yahweh's people there, I want to be like them. Yeah, but we got to be obedient to Yahweh, man. We got to do what he tells us to do. Simple as that. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 16. And it shall come to pass when you be multiplied and increase in the land in those days, saith Yahweh, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore.
Mm-hmm.
At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of Yahweh, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of Yahweh, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart.
Mm-hmm.
In those days, the house of Yehuda shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
All right. Now again, that's more prophetic about things that are about to happen. Brother Stephen, let's go to chapter 4, Jeremiah chapter 4. I just want you to read one verse. I'll tell you what, let's start out and just that one verse in Jeremiah chapter 4, because it explains a lot. When Paul talks about circumcising your heart, yeah, well, what does that mean? Right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
We in 4.
Just read Jeremiah 4 and verse 4.
Circumcise yourselves to Yahweh and take away the foreskins of your heart, you men of Yehuda and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire and burn that none can quench it because of the evil of your doings.
What does that mean, though? The foreskins of your heart, because he's equating the foreskins on your penis with the foreskin on your heart. Well, that the foreskin of your shaft. What I hate. I can't really say what I need to say, but you know what I'm saying. It covers the head. That's not even better. But
around.
y'all, Facebook, YouTube, sister, mother there, y'all forgive me. I'm a little clumsy with this type of explanation, but it's got to be said because we're talking about the body here, right?
Mhm.
So everybody got one, whatever. So, so what does that mean, though? It says, circumcise yourselves to Yahweh and take away the foreskins of your heart, you men of Yehuda and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Lest my fury come forth like a fire and burn that none quench it because of the evil of your doing.
Mhm.
So what is he saying then? Why does he put it that way?
He basically saying just repent you of what you're doing.
Well, let's look at it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 10
Mm-hmm.
and
16.
Deuteronomy 10, yeah, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
You see what it says?
Mm-hmm.
It says, circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. So when you're talking about the foreskin of your heart, you're being stubborn
Mm-hmm.
and rebellious. So don't do what I tell you to do. Stop, take away the foreskin of your heart. So that's what that means.
I was thinking,
Deuteronomy 10 verse 16. Yeah.
I was thinking hard-hearted. Being
Hard-hearted,
being
yeah, that's
hard-hearted.
stubborn, stiff-necked, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily stubborn. It's just that you don't have any love for somebody.
Mm.
Like you hard-hearted, you may, if you remember, in James, Exodus went over this. It said, "Mercy rejoices over judgment."
Mm-hmm.
So that shows you that if you're hard-hearted, you rather have judgment than mercy.
Can't forgive nobody.
Uh,
You can't forgive nobody.
right, right. So that's being hard-hearted. Apparently, that's what our fathers were back in the day when they were in the land. They were hard-hearted people. Well, you got some here in America, but you got that many. Well, some people complain about them fathers and mothers being too tough on them, but that's what makes the type of person you are, right? Because you may say, I don't want to be like my father and my mother. Well, they still raise you up. You still got some aspect of their training in you.
That's right.
So you're going to use that what you hate in your life. So everything will be back in balance. It seemed overbearing at the time that you were getting it, but when you grow up, you begin to know how to balance that out, being tough but also being merciful. Yeah,
Well, Elder, if you talk about that balance, I think you said it. A boy got a girl, a boy and a girl got two parents. He get a balance there, right?
right,
He get that discipline from his father, but he get that compassionate side from his mother, right?
right,
That's basically that balance, right?
right.
Yeah.
So when you look at the marriage rate of black people, there's an unbalance there, isn't it?
Right.
So you got the woman raising the children without the man being there to balance it out.
And them little boys, when
Yeah,
they get mad, they sound just like their mother,
yeah,
screaming, picking up guns, shooting
yeah,
people.
yeah. I mean, that's that's what happens when you don't keep Yahweh's law. You listen to your slave masters, and your slave master tell you turn against your husband. Now I pay for everything you need, like the welfare and food stamps and all that, and they fell for it, and now you got households that don't have a father in them because the government says don't bring the father in there. But now that Trump's in office, he's kicking them people off of welfare, and they are upset about it. They said the taxpayer's supposed to take care of me and my children. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
They're supposed. Where you get that from? From generations, a generation after generation of being on that welfare, so they feel like they're entitled to it. It's supposed to be theirs, so they can have babies out of wedlock, get paid. But now, the real world's coming in on them. They don't know what to do now because they say we don't need no man. Well, what you gonna do now?
Well, Elder, when you look at it, me and yourself was talking about it yesterday. The average man now, when he walk into a situation where a woman got two or three kids, he don't want to be bothered with that.
Nah.
He backing off that,
Yeah.
especially young, 25, 30, 35 years old.
Yeah.
He looking to start his own.
Yeah. Well, she passed the wall.
Yeah.
A long time ago. But see, when she was at the wall, she didn't know that was the wall. So she went out there just having a good old time, pleasing herself, hanging out with the girlfriends and boyfriends. But then 10 years later, she would look back and say, "That the wall way back there. I've been past that wall for 10 years. I need to get on a stick." So, but it's too late now.
I know. I remember you saying, brother, and it's true. I witnessed that. White girls, they'll play the whore till they get 24, 25. They'll look up and say, time out.
Yeah.
But that sister, she'll try that thing. She get 40, 45 years old.
Right.
Still trying to do what
Can't
she
get
did.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
I know.
And what's Rebecca A. Fox, 60 years old, saying, it's time for me to settle down.
Time for her to settle down. You 60 years old. Are you serious? What would be the point?
Who she gonna settle down 60
You
years
just
old?
want to keep on going.
She got a good chance, Elder, because she look good for 60.
No,
You
no,
try.
really?
You don't
no,
think so?
Do you really think men just be looking at her
It's
physically?
like Porky the Pig. Come on now.
I guess so.
What she gonna do? Think R. Kelly gonna look at her?
She got that nose job. She like a pig. Pig in a blanket.
when she unwrap herself, I ain't gonna get just personal. When she unwrap it, you say, no.
Oh, no, you're gonna have 2 eggs in the chest.
Yeah.
Every bit of 60 now.
So,
60 going on 80.
come on, man. Who gonna marry a 60-year-old woman?
No.
And she been in Hollywood most of her life? Nah, ain't no regular brother gonna do that.
No, she been passed around.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna prove that.
I tell you what, Brother Seven, pick this up in chapter 4, verse 21 to verse 26.
Where we at?
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 21 to verse 26.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 21. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sardis children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, and the heavens, and they had no light. I beheld the mountains, and lo, they trembled, and all the hills moved lightly. I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of the heavens were fled. I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness, and all the cities thereof were broken down at the presence of Yahweh and by his fierce anger.
It says in verse 23, I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, and the heavens, and they had no light. That sounds like Genesis, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
So you look at the prophets of Yahweh. The prophets could understand the creation of all things, not like an angel, right? So what Jeremiah said, it said, I beheld the earth. That means it, like we were just read in Jeremiah chapter 1, say, I knew you before I formed you in the belly. Right? So those prophets have already been predestined to prophesy, but they have knowledge that they weren't shown at the time of their birth, when they grew up. But he said, I beheld. Jeremiah said, I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, which means nobody was there in there, right? Just like in Genesis, in the heavens, and they had no light. That means the sun and the moon and the stars were not created to the 4th day. So he didn't see no. It says, and they had no light. So on the first day, Yahweh said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Well, that wasn't the sun, right? But what he's referring to here is the sun hadn't been created yet. He says, I beheld the mountains, and lo, they trembled, and all the hills moved lightly. I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of the heaven were fled. I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness, and all the cities thereof were broken down at the presence of Yahweh and by his fierce anger. So now we move up in time, but initially, it's showing you that Jeremiah must have been there too, at the creation of heaven and earth. Yeah. So again, when you look at Jeremiah chapter 1, say, when I formed you in the womb, I knew you, right? Let's read that again.
So you saying Jeremiah was there?
Let's read it for it.
No, I'm just surprised by it.
It says, then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So he formed Jeremiah in the womb, but Jeremiah was already predestined, just like the Mashiach. He was predestined, but he was like he says in John chapter 17,
Okay.
right? Remember what it says? In John chapter 17, in verse 5, it says, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Okay, he knew him. Yeah, he was already predestinated for his mother.
Right.
Before his
Then
mother
you
got pregnant.
in Micah
Yeah.
chapter 5 said that the Mashiach was from everlasting.
Yeah, I got one of Romans 8:20, verse 29. Got that.
Romans 8 and 20.
29.
29, yeah.
And
Predestination.
1 Kings 16, 1 through 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got people that were predestined to be born someday. But if your name's already in the book of life, then you already exist.
Okay.
You just hadn't been born yet.
Okay.
Mm.
Never thought about it that way.
You say Romans what?
8:29.
8:29.
So you say Jeremiah was based off of 23, verse 23. Jeremiah was there in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, he's talking in 23, right?
Who, Jeremiah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he was there then.
Yes.
Inside the hell there.
Because again, he said, I knew you from you in the womb. So he was already predestined to be born, just like all of us are.
He keep saying I.
Yep.
Okay, I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So Levi, you was already written about before you came out the womb. You're supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Praise God.
We all supposed. I'm not talking about here. Just be alive. So we all supposed to be alive right now because we're predestined to be born to go up to the age that we're in now. We didn't consider that when we were children, but when we read the book, you see that nobody's here that's not supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're here, you're supposed to be here. So already, if your name's written in the book of life, yeah, you was already here. You just hadn't been born yet. Yeah.
Good point. Very good
John what?
observation.
I didn't hear you.
John, where was that in John?
What did he say?
Where is that in
John?
John?
John 17.
John chapter 17, verse 5.
In Romans?
What did you say about Romans
8 and
Steve?
29.
8
and 29.
and 29. At least that's what I had marked off last time we read it.
What
Yeah.
about First Kings? What are the verses in First Kings?
Okay, he had 1 Kings 16, 1 through 3. Romans 8, verse 29.
And John what?
17:5.
John 17, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me see here.
It's real interesting here, brother. Spirit took you there, didn't it?
Yeah, praise God. Let me see here.
First King.
11 and 6.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop right here.
3.
And what I want to do is pick this up a few chapters later and see if we can pick it up at chapter 10. Because, like I said, after that last chapter we read, chapter 4, it really doesn't say much anything about prophecy, but it does speak about what our father was up into at the time that prophecy was written.
11 through 6.
First Kings
16.
1.
This is
Okay. 16.
let's see, Jeremiah 10.
Put it up exactly.
This would be
Put it up exactly.
oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, y'all do.
I don't know what you know. I'm too right
I,
now.
I was back there in the office.
90 days.
90 days.
Well, I gotta go then. I gotta go. Good night. Good night. Okay.
Good one, Niche.
We'll go outside and
Yeah.
Man, I could go there.
That one gonna last for a while.
Well, yeah, they ain't gonna ever get over.
I didn't think.
Uh, I can't beat
I
that, bro. I can't beat that.
that's
Let me,
top of the cards right
I'm
there.
gonna stop right here and open the floor for questions. Does anyone have any questions before we dismiss?
But you know, Elder, that makes sense. I was going to say about the Yahweh saying that there's water under the earth, because if Africa is cracking underneath, then where's that water coming from? So it must have broke some. It's breaking something underneath for that water
Yeah,
to
because
come
it
up.
doesn't say anything about the Atlantic going down.
Right.
The
Or
level going down. That's a brand new ocean.
it's phenomenal. Something.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm thinking about. It's like,
You know, you better believe they got all the scientists in the world over there looking at that thing, man. So, but you don't hear about it. But you know how courage these white people can be. Yeah, they gonna see what is that all
oh,
about.
they sending somebody down there.
Yeah, yeah, they got somebody on point right in there. But does anyone have any questions before we dismiss? Yeah, that's an excellent observation, though. What does that mean, and how does that affect that ocean over there in Africa? Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what's on chat. Oh yeah, you got to fix this.
All you gotta do is unplug that. Just push this in.
All right, there we go.
When you're home, you can that's what
Let's see here. Let's see here. I got brother Eliyahu been Israel on Facebook. Okay. Shalom, brother Eliyahu. Shalom, brother Abraham. Um, Shalom, sister Malaka. Shalom, Leandre Sankey. Shalom, Esher Yasharala. Shalom, Gregory Rucker. Shalom, Drayson Righteous. Shalom, Kings and Queens Coaching Group. Shalom, brother Alahayan Ben Yasharala and sister Malaka. Let's see. Shalom, sister Naraya. Shalom, Elder Tobiah. Shalom, Susie Garman. Shalom, sister Mother Akia. Shalom, Kujo Goody. No. Ah. You know, they probably say, I would take them seriously, but every time they see Cujo's name come up, they change everything. uh, Shalom, Brother Mickey Anderson. Shalom, Brother Dave Reed. Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Elder Mick. Shalom, Sister Rachel. Shalom, Humble Rollers. Shalom, Melinda Curry. Uh, Shalom, Brother Jacob in Israel. Shalom, Mother Kia. Yep, that's right. That's right, Mother. Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, Lorna Redwolf. Shalom, Kings and Queens Coaching Group. Shalom, Brother Kevin Bird. Shalom, Sister Wanda M. Shelton. Shalom, Brother Sikkim in Israel. Shalom, Shaul in Israel. Shalom, Malachi, Israel. Shalom, Brother Benai, Brother Pazan, Israel. Shalom, Brother Clarence Moss and Sister Elita. Shalom, Bond Gaden. Shalom, Morning Crisp. Shalom, Kujo Goody. Does a new heaven include a new sun and moon and stars? Well, let's go and see. Let's go to Revelation chapter 21. Uh,
I like that one, Zach. That was good. I can't see nothing behind that.
ran him right out the room, didn't you? You get kind of sharp around here, bro.
Yeah.
And in Revelation 21, it says, verse 23, it said, the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of Elohim did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor to it into it, and the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there will be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it, and there shall in no wise enter into it in anything that defiles, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Now, I think we have the same thing in Isaiah chapter 60. In Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19 and 20. In Isaiah 60, verse 19 and 20, it said, the sun shall be no more by light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but Yahweh shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy Elohim thy glory. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for Yahweh shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. So again, we got two places where there will be no need for the sun in the city. It didn't say for the whole earth. It says you don't need a sun for the city because you're not going to have any night there. So I hope that helped you out, brother Cujo. Now, as far as the stars go, man, you're still going to have stars because they'll be lighting up that new earth. So I hope that helped you out, brother Cujo. Shalom, brother Marsha. Shalom, brother Terry Outlaw. Shalom, brother Shechem Ben Israel. I saw that Chat GBT video, and when we studied with Elder Yaakov, we barely had internet, so it's great to see in here. We're only finding out now. Well, when Elder Yaakov taught us, they're only finding out now. Well, he taught us the truth. Check that out now. Now, Elder didn't need a computer, right? But they needed a computer to tell them what we were told 20, 30 years. Well, Steve was about 40 years, right? Tell this to Steve 40 years ago. Well, they're just not finding out now. That's 2 generations. Yeah. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Brother Seeker. Yeah, we already knew this. Now they found it out. So them Negroes were right.
I heard something yesterday. I know you're not. Kim Kardashian, she done got herself in Dutch with NASA. She said that thing about the moon, that was a bunch of garbage. They own her now.
Oh, bro. So, what they said they ain't never been to the moon?
Yeah, she said.
Oh man.
Said it's a bunch of garbage.
You better be careful, girl. You know, they'll take all your money.
Shut up Steph Curry then.
Brother Bernard says, uh, excellent reference about slow-mo, Solomon. I've seen so many people entertaining other books, and before you know it, they are done with the Bible and move as if they done figured it out, done figured out Yahweh and made gods of themselves, but their lives are in absolute wreck. Could they be considered a reprobate mind? Is that the same thing as Yahweh turned them over to their own unrighteousness? Oh yeah, that internet can be just as dangerous as those other books. My motto is anything those goes against the Bible, I don't deal with internet books. Peoples and places. That was unexpected. Peoples and places I get way away from. Sorry for the bounce around, and I hope you can understand what I'm trying to ask you. All right, so yeah, appreciate that, my brother Benaiah. Um, as far as would you say uh, when you say people go into other references and you ask could they be considered a reprobate mind? They fit more of what the Mashiach said. It said, many are called, but few are chosen. Then you got that instance where the people that believed him, when he started speaking about, you got to drink my blood and eat my body, well, that turned a lot of people around then. So, yeah, he lost a lot of people that way. They didn't understand what he was talking about. Yeah, you got different ways people can lead the faith because it's Yahweh's will that they lead the faith. We can't get upset with them. If the spirit moved them to move out of here, just like I don't get upset with people who leave them in CCI. I've seen it before when Elder Yaakov was priest, was the head of the congregation. I couldn't think of no one else more qualified to teach this word than him. But people got up and left. I don't understand that. They tried to get me to leave. No, I said, no. You need an interpreter. When you're talking to me in tongues, you need an interpreter. Let's see. Shalom, Sister Kendra Davis. Shalom, who wants to know? Shalom, Elder Priest. Shalom, Elder, yourself, and every one of you guys are cracking me up this morning.
Yeah.
Shalom, Aya. Shalom, who wants to know? But I'm enjoying the lesson today. Praise God. But the key said, can we also put Deuteronomy 36 with Jeremiah 4 and 4? Let's see here. Let's see here. You said Deuteronomy 30 and 6. I think that says y'all going to circumcise your heart. And Yahweh Elohim will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed to love Yahweh Elohim with all your heart and with all thy soul that thou mayest live. So you want to say that's the same thing? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's just that they use the same terminology. That's all that is. Because in verse 4 of chapter 4 of Jeremiah, he tells us, circumcise yourself to Yahweh and take away the foreskins of your heart. So he's telling them, y'all need to circumcise your heart. But in Deuteronomy chapter 30, he said, I'm going to circumcise your heart. So, in the heart of your seed after that, so you won't be no stiff neck and stubborn.
That's when you're talking about the fleshly heart.
Well, they're comparing it to the fleshly that y'all have already.
No, that he was gonna give us a fleshly heart.
Yeah, heart of flesh. Yeah. So you won't be so hard hearted.
Right, exactly.
Right.
It'll be
Comparing our
easier.
father with hard hearted people.
It'll be easier for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you going to show love toward your neighbor and your heart is hard hearted.
Right.
Right. Uh, Not quite, mother. That is using the same terminology, but And one in Jeremiah 4, it said, "You circumcise your heart." And in Deuteronomy 30, it said that I'm going to circumcise your heart. So not quite the same thing. Shalom, Nia, the P. Shalom, Ezra in Israel. Shalom, Brother Shlomo. Shalom, Brother Adawan, man, Yasharala. Shalom, Shaul in Israel. So Jeremiah is more likely to be one of the 24 elders. No, we can't say that. Because it's a mystery of who these 24 elders are. And that be the case, then why not the other prophets be part of 24 elders? Right? But these 24 elders represent the 12 tribes of Israel. So, I mean, you can, like I say, you can put you can Moshe in that group, Elijah in that group, but they, you don't know, it's a mystery who these 24 elders are. But again, they represent the 12 tribes of Israel because they say that we were scattered all over the world. You brought us back together to be kings and priests in the earth. Praise Yah, Brother Alahayim, Ben Yasharala, Brother Shalom, Brother Ezra Ben Israel. Elder, when you said Jeremiah was there at the beginning, is it possible that Yahweh put those thoughts in his mind and so he could write it down, similar to Moshe writing Genesis, which was before his time? Yeah. Well, when the prophets prophesy, they prophesy about what Yahweh had given them from heaven at the time, in real time. And what they did, they wrote down what Yahweh told them to tell the children of Israel. Now, they preserve those scrolls of the prophets so that other generations can read it, see for themselves who they are and why they are in the state that they're in. So the same thing happening with us. When Yahweh was speaking to Jeremiah, he wrote those things down that Yahweh told him. Right? And same thing, same thing with Moshe. Moshe wasn't in the beginning. Heaven and earth were created. Nobody was there. So how did he know? He had to be told. Yeah. While he was in the mouth. Shalom, different mindset. Uh, yeah, that's similar. Brother Andrew, that's similar. Kujo, good again. Interesting point in Jeremiah 4:23. With that being said, in this verse, in what form could Jeremiah be in before the world was created? A spirit? Not quite a spirit. It'd be something like the Mashiach himself. That Mashiach was said it was from everlasting, and you can see evidence of it in in Psalm 21. It said it's 21, 22. What's it? My God, why are you forsaking me?
I think it's 22.
22. Well,
Okay.
that's the Mashiach talking right there. Then you got to talk again in some of the other prophets. So he was preordained. So these prophets were preordained, just like we read that Yahweh knew Jeremiah before he formed him in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but it didn't say that he existed, though. He said Yahweh knew it before he was. So he knew all the prophets before they were even born. So it's not like they were a separate spirit that was before they were born. It was just Yahweh knew about them before they were born. Shalom, King Dreddy. Praise Yah. Shalom, Brother Abaya. Shalom, who wants to know that there are many videos on Instagram about the moon landing was fake and being on the space station is fake. They've been doing that for years. Yeah. That's I mean, yeah. Shalom, Bobby Carter. Can your name be written in the book of life if you are serving other gods? Uh, I can't say because who's to know if you worship other God that Yahweh would change your heart to worship Him, right? So Look at us. Look at our
I was about to
circumstances.
say that. Yeah.
We come from different backgrounds, from different churches, worship the same God that white folks worship. But Yahweh said, "No, I want you to come worship me." So He put in our hearts to listen to the teacher and explain to them what the Bible is saying. So that turned them around. So the same thing can happen again, Brother Bobby Carter. That even if they worship other God, that don't mean they're gonna continue to worship other gods, because Yahweh can change you, right? Um, but if your destiny is to not worship Yahweh, then you're not gonna make it. Yahweh may not change your heart. He may have you because you're idolatrous, that you worship idols. Then yeah, you go into the lake of fire. Shalom, Q Real. I don't think I have anything else after that. No, I don't. That's it.
You know, what's her name said that the other day about the moon landing. Ironically, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I was just telling them about
Oh yeah, sorry.
it. You said that bunch of drunk.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian said, "Oh, that's a hoax." She said, "I know they're gonna call me ditzy crazy." She was like, "But that's all a hoax." She was like, "No stars, flags." She pointed out everything. She said, "NASA's nothing but a
Is
whole
that on the
same
internet?
hoax." Huh?
Is that on the internet?
I saw it on regular
It
television.
was
Regular television?
yeah.
She said they put that
I
on regular
seen
television?
Yeah,
yeah.
it was on television last night. It was
I,
just
I seen yeah. I seen well. I it was on my alt news about when she said it, but I guess come to find out it went to mainstream media.
yeah, it was on regular television.
Yeah,
Um, Brother Eliyahu in Israel, Shalom.
broke it down to
The United Kingdom Parliament made the announcement that by 2029, in the UK, you have to have new digital ID. Have a new digital ID is a must to be able to work. It will be mandatory. Well, Shalom, Mikhael, Shalom, and the priest, I'm saying these things are progressing very quickly. Thankful that the Most High has allowed me to see His word on many levels, giving me knowledge and understanding. Knowledge to understanding. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's getting out there, Brother Mikhail. A lot of people started to say the same thing that we're saying. We've been saying these things for what, 20 years, 25 years?
Yeah.
25 years. And so now they're getting on board, and Yahweh letting them see what they've been showing us. I'm not saying that we're the reason. It's that Yahweh is the way Yahweh rolls. He chooses who he wants to understand what the book is saying. Uh, okay, I don't think that's any more. Do I have anybody else after this, Mikhail?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right. Again, thank you, Facebook and YouTube, for your questions and your comments. Uh, join us on the third day, which is Tuesday, for our history class. And I look forward to teaching you. I look forward to the things that are happening in the world today, because we see the prophecies coming to pass, and it's like they can't stop. There's nothing they can do to stop it or change it.
Gets better and better every day.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
day.
Well, it fills our hearts with joy to see the words we've been reading actually come to pass.
That's what it is.
And what it means that white folks didn't see this. That means that we saw it, which means Yahweh wants us to see it, not them. That means that we're the apple of Yahweh's eye. We're chosen people. Boom. What are you gonna do with that? You've been calling us all kinds of names for 400 years. We got to the point we call ourselves the same names. So now all that's gonna stop.
Yeah, it's one part time.
Brother, who wants to know, said, what exactly is the mark of the beast? Well, let's read it and see. Revelation 13. And uh, at verse, I tell you what, let's pick this up at verse 11. Revelation 13 and verse 11. We'll read that.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beasts, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Mm-hmm.
And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
So the mark of the beast then is that name and number. It says, and he calls all, verse 16, he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So something's got to be in your right hand and in your forehead that had the mark of the beast. It could be technology, some type of barcode to show that you're part of the system of the one world order. So we don't know exactly what form that's going to take, but what we do know is if you don't have that number mark, you're going to die. Also in Revelation 14, uh, it says in verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and its image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of that torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night to worship, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name. So there's going to be a name that's going to be the mark of the beast. So we don't know what form that's going to take, but you're going to be part of the world system. And so you got to have some way to identify yourself, just like you got now. You got driver's license to identify who you are. The only people that object to that is black people, of course. They want to object to having some kind of means of identification to prove that you can vote. Black people say, no, we can't do that. White folks say, no, they can't do that because they don't know how to get on the computer. You can play video games all day long, though. Yeah. Let me see here. We got some. Okay, so some camps believe it is the computer chip, and others don't. What you say? That's a big. I don't know right there, brother. I can't tell you exactly what form that's going to case. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we were talking about one form, like the barcode, but now technology is showing that they can insert that uh, computer chip in your hand, so that when you go shopping, you can wave your hand across some kind of computer and say, "Yep, you paid for it."
Yes, in Switzerland already.
Yeah. So yeah, it can take any form. We don't know exactly because technology is moving faster and faster. Like we got AI now. Yeah, that's top of the line technology right there.
I know Elder Yaakov said years ago, but like I said, things have opened up a lot different. He said that mark was going to be 666 Christian.
What?
666 Christian.
666 Christian.
666 Christian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, Shalom in Israel, Shalom. Elder, how much knowledge was given to us in this age than the apostle in Christ's age? The apostles were really kind of similar to the prophets uh, because they had, with Paul, he talks about the resurrection of the dead and the Messiah returning. That's kind of prophetic. And you got Peter being prophetic and John being prophetic. So they were the apostles of the Messiah himself. They weren't Yahweh's prophets, but they were apostles of the Messiah. Uh, so all we can do is read about what they've been given and add it to the scriptures and put it all together to the form of the doctrine that we can understand it better. But Yahweh isn't speaking to us. He's speaking to us through the Bible. The Mashiach is speaking to us through the Bible. So that's not like one-on-one with the prophets, because the prophet Yahweh spoke to them one-on-one. But with us, he's speaking to us through the words of the Bible himself. That's why the Bible was preserved in the form that it's in, so Yahweh can still be in contact with his people. Uh, who, who wants to know? So they have been killing us for this form, from the time we were dragged over here, like the white image of JC. Yeah, they know who we are. They're trying to stop us from being who we are. They don't want to stop, do they?
I know, right?
Shalom, Kevin Birch. And I have a question on the mark of the beast. I heard it's the day that you keep holy and the day that you leave on. Is that considered a mark? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't understand your question, Brother Kevin. Um, I have a question on the mark of the beast. I heard it's the day that you keep holy, and the day that you leave on is that because. Oh, okay, I see what it's saying. Because remember, the Mashiach said, "Pray that your departure be not on the Sabbath day and not in the winter." Right. So I mean, I imagine that's what he's going at here. Uh, he said the mark of the beast is the day that you keep holy. I don't understand that. And the day that you leave on, is that considered the mark? No, none of that what you said is true. Because when you keep something holy, that means you keep something separate from the rest of the world, the rest of the days. So that'll be the Sabbath day. So how can the mark of the beast represent the Sabbath day? That I don't know where you're getting your reasoning from. Maybe I'm not understanding the question. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Facebook, YouTube, I'll give you 5 seconds. Another comment or question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, gotta go. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Again, join us for our history class this coming Thursday, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Shalom. Yahweh bless you and keep you.